Big announcement of my schedule as I travel across the country and back. I'm going to share my route with you so you can decide if I'm going to be in a city near you and we need to grab lunch or coffee. But I am also going to be talking with my good friend Will from Tesla Jigsaw, and we are going to discuss exactly how yes, it is today when we're filming this a couple days ago, the SpaceX launch went and what it all means and what it's all about. I'm Brian. Welcome to Future Ozza. Oh, Will, so good to have you back on the show. Thank you.
Hello, nice to see you again, Brian.
Yeah, we chatted about you in Austria. We missed you. Everyone missed you. Simon from the Tesla Light Show, the X Light Show, IO, whatever it is, was gracious enough to bring you up unsolicited in front of many people, suggesting we should watch you and you should be at future events. So we'll work on that.
He's a very wise man, I must say.
Yes, you joke, but he's very good at what he does, and he's a great guy.
He's also very good at surviving horrific car crashes, which is just nailed. Got himself branded by a Tesla T.
That's Elon's marketing. For those who don't know, the airbag went off and burnt the Tesla logo into his arm. It's marketing. It's affordable. You've already got the airbag. Might as well just make it brand. So for those who don't know, this is my route out east. My plan is, I don't know, maybe Boise, maybe Salt Lake City, Denver, over to Sioux Falls, out to Chicago. If you're along that path and would like to say hello, let me know. You can get in touch with me. And then on the route back, I'm thinking through St. Louis, Albuquerque. Whoops, I should share it. From Detroit-ish, Muskegon-ish, out to St. Louis, probably through Oklahoma, to ABQ. My sister lives in Phoenix and Gruber Motors is there. And then back up the left coast. If you're on that path, hey man, say, let's at least have a charger chat. That'd be fun. So I know you and I have discussed this. Today was a very big day. If you like space, and who doesn't? So let's take a look at that. I just pulled this up. It's a nice little clip here with some highlights.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Boy, that is good and loud. The Starship Test 4 went bonkers. It went pretty well. It was very exciting, and all the pieces were there. It went to the sky. It did that thing where it does that, where it goes to the sky and comes back. This time, you could see it made it all the way back for a landing. The ship itself maintained control in its flight. How cool. Very long and inspiring video. At this point, you're a good, 40 minutes into it. You're getting a little exhausted. Nothing like those folks. But you can see last time the flaps were going crazy the whole time, and this time they were kind of under control. And then you've got, and then of course, the heat got a little out of control. You could see it burning through the flap. And at this point, I was just sure we were done. We were done. But then the camera views came back and the flap was still flapping. So that was insane. And then it appears to have done a nice soft splashdown. And it looks like the splashdown was confirmed on X. Splashdown confirmed. Congratulations to the team. So that's all very exciting. I watched it over on Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut. I'm not going to play a clip just in case the copyright lines up. But this is a fantastic one. Go watch it. What did you think of it all? What was your exciting impression of it all?
I'm overwhelmed with SpaceX. I mean, I'm a bit of a sort of space nerd in the first place, and I love it equally to Tesla. But just remembering, it was not long ago when we were watching the Star Hopper just bounce around, was it? And then SN15 do the high altitude test, and now all of a sudden we're watching Starship, and like this is the fourth time it's gone up, and something I didn't really realize today is those flaps, the size of them. To actually pull one up and see a photograph of the size of a flap with humans underneath it, and watching that plasma eating the flap and bits falling off it, it just seems quite small, doesn't it, when you're looking down the length of the rocket? But to quite imagine its true scale and what we were watching as that plasma was just eating it. And I mean, I've never seen hotter flaps in my life. I don't know about you, Brian, but they were pretty hot flaps.
I am certainly a hot flap. That's the
right.
this is an older design, pretty clearly, but
yeah, it was the was it not the other part at the bottom we were looking at? Oh no, it was this, wasn't it?
I think it was the.
Oh, I'm a bit confused about what I was looking at. Yes, that is right, isn't it? But the size of it, and we were watching chunks of it just disappear like it was little bits, but it's actually enormous, isn't it? So
enormous.
And then we got to see for the first time the shot of the on top of the heavy booster. That's the first time we've seen video footage of that. That was really cool. First time we've seen hot staging. The whole thing was just, I was blown away by the end of it. I was so excited. And yeah, me and my wife just sat in here, just cheering it on earlier, like the rest of us on X and in the community. And Tim Dodd as well, just absolutely wonderful. The entire thing, his entire setup and how many cameras he gets through and 4K. It was amazing.
And his feed leads SpaceX's official feed by a good 10 seconds because he has spent tremendous amounts of money to optimize for it to do precisely that. Now, one big myth that I have to fight constantly is, why is it that Tesla gets such negative press? The overwhelming consensus is that because people hate, because the media hates all things Elon, and because they don't advertise. So let's take a quick look, if we will, at the headlines today regarding SpaceX's fourth Starship test flight. These headlines are between neutral and positive. Launches nail-biting Flight 4 test, neutral. SpaceX's launch, how to watch it, neutral. SpaceX's massive super heavy Starship returns to Earth without exploding after first full test flight. Now, there was a lot. You could certainly criticize this flight for shortcomings. There was one at liftoff, one of the rockets failed to ignite. On the landing burn, one of the rockets failed to ignite, but those were within tolerance. They still were able to complete the mission. Hits new milestone. And if we look at these, these are official ones, so that's not as exciting. Super Heavy booster from SpaceX successfully splashes back. Successful splashdown. So where are the negative headlines?
This is not bad, is it?
It's not bad. How much money do you think SpaceX spends on advertising?
I'm
going to guess it's zero, right?
Yeah. I was just going to say that's my surprise. It's you got this spectacular event today, which, in my opinion, should be broadcast around schools and everything, just to teach children what we can all aspire to. And then you have the news just like, oh, it blew up again. And that's most people's reaction is, oh, another SpaceX rocket's just blown up, has it? What a waste of money. That's most people's opinions, it seems. But I don't know. This is a little bit more hopeful. These headlines are a bit better than
Boeing spent under $100 million on advertising in the last year. So they're spending a good $7-8 million a month on advertising, but SpaceX gets the better headlines. That suggests to me the correlation between ad spend and coverage is not universal. And the same with SpaceX. The fact that Elon is there, Elon himself collects a lot of hate. By virtue of being as rich as he is, there are a lot of people who are not going to like him. And then add to that all the industries he's disrupting. Those people are not going to like him either. But from having spent months analyzing headlines, what I found is it's all about who your audience is. And who is the audience for SpaceX articles? Science people, nerds like me. And I don't engage with clickbait. I will not click it unless it's my job, and sometimes it is. But space people don't want sensational nonsense. They want the reality. And so if you want clicks, that's what you have to do. So, and what I also found was that Ford gets generally favorable headlines while spending about $1 billion a year on advertising, and GM gets generally unfavorable, very negative headlines while spending the same amount. Is it because people like Jim Farley better than Mary Barra? Uh,
Hmm.
I don't think either of them has a personal profile sufficiently high to move the needle much at all in that regard. I haven't seen overwhelming hate or love for either of them. So I'm just not sure. That's a little bit of perspective on the news headlines I wanted to bring, while also, mentioning that that I am beginning my road trip any day, and I would love to visit you guys. If you know a good place to get coffee or lunch or whatever. So that's exciting. And I've got a mattress coming. I'd invited my gang to come with me, and they declined. So I will be saving money on hotels and camping in the car, so I can drive as long as I'd like, and then just rest. And that'll
Yes,
eh,
that's a tantalizing thing for me at the moment. After going in the back of a Model Y at Everything Electric recently, they had a nice mattress in there, and I just had a bit of a lie down. I'm like, oh, this is much better than a Model 3 to sleep in. And now we're considering like, oh, would a Model Y be more suitable for our family of four? It
yeah,
would really be a lot more suitable. So, and I'd definitely sleep in it as well. That's a great money saving help, isn't it? It's a
it
comfortable space
is.
to be in. Got
It is.
power, heat, cooling. Yeah.
Right, right. If you need a CPAP machine, you can have that. If you need uh, climate control, it doesn't uh, cause your engine to catch on fire while you're sleeping. It is everything you need is right there, probably.
Yeah. I've got a
So,
USB kettle and everything now. So we just
do
take
you
a
really?
plastic cold milk. I do. We don't go far without a cup of tea over here, Brian. You must know.
I do know the European fascination with kettles is mind-boggling to me. When I stayed with Jan from Tesla Fix, I noted that, of course, they have a kettle, but they don't have a microwave. A microwave, that's the first thing an American buys when they move out of their parents' place, is a
So,
microwave.
okay, a good quick admittance here then. We bought our first microwave only about 2 years ago. So, we just didn't need. Oh no, I tell a lie. We did buy one temporarily when we had babies, and we had to heat up some milk occasionally, and then we got rid of it. We just gave it to a charity shop, and then we've only just got a new one. So don't really use it that much, to be honest.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious and unthinkable to me in equal parts. Uh,
Okay.
so So yeah, I'll be at the Michigan meetup shortly. SpaceX is very exciting, and I don't understand how people can't be fascinated by it. I have a friend who lived in Texas for
Mm.
years who had never seen any of the launches, didn't even know about Falcon Heavy, certainly didn't know about Starship. And I was thinking, man, you live within driving distance. I would be there all the time. So I don't know. In the comments, I guess I would ask you guys, what inspires you about SpaceX? Are you coming to my big event in Michigan? We're going to have so many great people there. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Uh, yeah, like, subscribe, do those usual things. Maybe head over to Tesla Jigsaw, see what Will is up to. He's got some great videos. He recently had an opportunity to go see the Cybertruck in person when it was passing through and get some thoughts from random people on the street as to what they thought about it. And of course, it covered the whole spectrum. I think you had people who loved it, people who hated it, young people who couldn't get enough of it. It was a whole lot of fun, and I'm glad you got a chance to do that. Uh,
Me too.
yeah, and Will be joining me again on another video here shortly, which we will be filming wearing the same outfits because, maximum efficiency. So,
Pop a jumper on if you like.
now you can take the top off.
All right. Stop filming then.
What did we miss? What did we misunderstand? Leave it all in the comments below. Stay tuned and juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots, perhaps on the road.